Hello my friends and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my procedurally generated Update Aquatic server. With me, your host, Update Aquatic Man. You can tell I'm Update Aquatic Man because I have an A on my belt. Behind me, the algae production facility is in full swing. Before me, we find the kelp production facility, which we've wrapped up last time. It looks really good. This Update Aquatic fountain is... Whoa, did I not have my wings on? I did. I just did not deploy them. Okay. A little laggy, perhaps. Last time we got the kelp farm working, and it does work. It doesn't quite look the way I was hoping it would, and it doesn't quite collect things the way I was hoping it would. So maybe today we'll go back and put a little sand or dirt down in this outer line here to try to give this... Well... I've chopped back some of the kelp so that it won't create full source water blocks as close to the edge as it had before. So it's my hope that I can make this thing run down into those hoppers much more efficiently than right now. Because right now, it's got this line of 2 source blocks. I'm not even sure how those became source blocks. Well, that's not a source block, but this level probably is, as you can tell. Well, maybe not. Maybe they're just kind of flowing in there the way they are. This is source blocks all the way up to here, though, which shouldn't have happened. This should have just been water running off the edge of the kelp, but for some reason it kind of looks like it turned into source blocks. But, you know, it's something I might do a little bit later, but I'm also going to be, because now I have all this kelp being produced, I'm going to have to create the kelp smelting production facility somewhere over here, right? And I'm thinking it's going to go right here across this wall, giving us this space here to work with to possibly build a natural, the organic kelp farm. Whoops, I started walking on the sand. I thought I heard a creeper coming up behind me. We might have to make this the organic kelp farm over here so that we can have 2 options for our citizens of the Community Cultural Complex Center. So that's what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be bringing a line from the hoppers that are over here. Let me see if I can find them real fast. Let me go downstairs and show you. Oh, there was one more little bit of redstone that I had to fix to make this whole thing work properly. It does flood down here right now, but the good news is none of this is redstone that pops off once it gets wet. Well, this stuff is, but these are not, and these are getting wet. And it's also dropping down directly beside these blocks, so it's dropping right into this little ditch that I have here just perfectly. All right, so let me go ahead and give you a quick show of what we had producing here. Okay, we'll go up here. We'll simulate this bed. Well, oh wow, I almost killed myself. We'll simulate this guy going off here real fast, and then we'll go get some fresh potatoes. So boom, that will turn it on. Oh, the lag. Oh, the lag. Oh, okay, here we go. Let me go up top and see what it looks like for you. Come on, lickety split, lickety split. Right, so all the things come down, and there's the flooding. No, the flooding. But it's not so bad. As you can see, it doesn't hit any of the redstone. So I could leave it like that. It could be another dynamic element of the build, you know. And then the flying machine goes across, and it gets all of that kelp, and the fountain naturally kicks it out to the side, right? So I envisioned it all being kicked out to the side over here. And see, this is what I'm talking about. That has got to be a lot of source water for it to flow all the way over here the way it does. So I'm definitely gonna come back through here with some sand and just put a wall down here, like on this side and this, and right here in this line as the wall goes back up. And then a few moments later where I'm standing, get ready for some more little lag. Down it goes, and out comes the water, right? So it works. It works the way I envisioned it, except not exactly the way I envisioned it, you know? So we'll clean that up a little bit later. Oh, but down below, as I said, we need to start thinking about running out a hopper line to where we're going to put the smelter. So let's go on down here, over this way, and take a look and hope, and I know hope isn't a business plan, and hope that we'll be able to go through this wall without too much difficulties. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. Okay. Oh, this is going to be fine. We're going to be able to shoot right through there. So I need to figure out what line that's going to be at, and it'll probably be useful if I had some blocks. And then we'll go straight through this wall, and we'll pop up on the other side. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. Well, the kelp continues to grow, and I'm going to allow it to continue growing up until it gets, pretty peaked out around 23, I believe, is as tall as kelp grows. And then I'm going to go up there and remove the main water source that I have in place so that it comes down and creates a more realistic looking fountain with all its peaks and crannies and crenellations and things like that. And then I'll come back and kind of remove this outer edge of water. So that, because right now this is flowing down from the top and only flowing from this part over to here in some parts. So I need to get rid of this still in order to make this bottom section look a little bit cleaner, and then that way it will also be able to scoop up more of the kelp that lands in there. Also, I've noticed that when the kelp lands on the, what's the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for is heavy weighted pressure plates. On the pressure plates, that it activates the hopper and doesn't actually scoop up the kelp, which I would have expected that to not work that way. I would not have expected that to work that way, but that's the way it is. I don't know if I talked about that last time. But anyways, I have dug out a trench below here that leads all the way over here to this is pretty centered in this particular section, and water elevator up. That goes over these two and then comes over here and goes over these two. So I'm going to have two sets of furnace smelter arrays, one going this way, one going that way, and two on that side doing the same thing. That might be a little bit of an overkill, but that's what I'm all about here, making more than I need to. But it's fun. It's fun stuff. And then we'll have this section left to go. So we'll get the super smelter in here and probably build a naturally occurring kelp farm this way. Maybe put some turtles along the coast, still in the plans, but that's where we're at so far. Okay, so again, this is Ilmango's design. So his design uses some redstone that'll be going across the tops of these hoppers to lock them so that they only drop, or I think it'll be off the back. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 4 wide. I hope I might have made this a little off, but we'll figure it out. But as you can see, the hoppers, the stuff to be smelted will go across the top and feed across, and one will drop in at a time into here, and the fuel will come across the back in the same way, right? So I need to make this go out 23 in that direction, duplicate it on that side, and come back and start showing you some of the redstone. All right, there you go. As you can see, I kind of got ahead of myself and just did the whole thing rather than showing you in parts. If you want to see the entire tutorial, I suggest you go check out Ilmango's page. This is his smelter, and he's actually come up with one with 1.14 that uses the new blast furnaces, which is twice as fast as these. So I'll probably do one of these also in the 1.14 server. Oh, let's take a look at what it does here. All right, so this line, once I connect it, will go into this hopper line, which feeds in that direction, right? And while it is powered, oh boy, does this need to be here? No, that's a way that I was getting up to look around. Okay, so it feeds into this line, which are powered. These blocks are powered, so these things won't pull them through. So this will feed all the way through. But does it only take one at a time? Oh, so while this is feeding through, it'll get down to the end, and then once the end bit is there, this comparator will pull a signal out, power that block. There's dust on that that's powered, which will power this, which will power that redstone repeater, which goes that away. Let's see here if I can get up there. Yeah, I think I can. Let's go this way. There we go. So it powers that repeater. I don't want to block off anything, so let's do it like this. All right. Oh, here we go. So this repeater gets powered, and apparently it's important that it be on 3 ticks. What's this one? No, this one needs to be regular, but these over here have to be 3 tick. So it comes up, sends in a pulse. The power goes down and over those hoppers, which I don't get it. Is it trying to power those hoppers specifically? These guys comes around, powers this block, which power draws off of this and goes across. So these blocks are all powered, which will power that guy, and this again. So all of these are getting powered when something's in there, and when those are powered, it turns off the redstone torch, which unpowers this line, which allows these things to drop in there. And then once those things are dropped in there, it'll unpower both the redstone torches. I'm not sure why he doesn't put a redstone torch right there. But I guess these two are all that's needed. Man, oh man, but the symmetry in me is driving me crazy. Alright, so then those blocks become unpowered, and then something drops in, whatever you're burning. Also off the back, alright, a very similar situation here for the item 2B, or the fuel. So fuel goes in here, and blah blah blah, power, and then this line is powered, and then all of those hoppers become powered, locking everything in place as one beneath it unpowers, albeit so briefly, to draw one away. So that's what's going on. It's powering it to lock everything above, while the other one underneath it unpowers to pull one item down using hopper mechanics. Alright, so, oh boy, I'm tempted to build the other one before I actually test this thing out. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, I wasn't done killing these things. Get out of here, little baby zombie. Big zombie, baby zombie, baby zombie, big zombie. Any creepers around here? No creepers allowed. All right. All right, let me get some more stuff going on. Oh, and by the way, I'm almost out of iron. So I've turned on the other 2 iron farms, trying to get some more iron production going on. And maybe, just maybe, I'll go and put some villagers into these guys so we'll get even more iron production going on. Oh boy. I think I'm ready. I think I have about 16 or 17 villagers over at the main villager base. So maybe I'll do one now and then come back and do the other one a little bit later, whilst waiting for iron to be created. Oh boy. But I have hoppers and stuff, so let me go ahead and keep going with the hopper line here. Here you go. Hopper line number 2. That is to say, super smelter line number 2 is in place. Now I've got 2 of them done. I had to scoot this out one and subsequently scoot that one out one to mirror it correctly, to make sure that everything that gets power does get power and everything that isn't supposed to get power isn't. Right? Okay. So this one's good to go. Next up, back around the corner here, I'm going to do 2 more. Right? It's going to be a little bit tighter fit because this block comes down a little bit more. I might have to bring this bed out for some symmetry's sake, but oh hey, I picked up that little piece of quartz. Thank you very much. It's still going to fit under there just fine. It's just that it's going to be a little look a little tighter in that part. And if I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the hopper, there you go. So this is the correct line for this. Unfortunately, I'm just about out of iron. I've only got the 28 blocks left, so I put these little placeholders in for where the lines are going to be. So I'll start here and go out 22 more for a total of 23 and replicate this design over here so that there will be... I think I'm going to leave the center back here is going to be clear, so it'll be a nice little walking area so people can see the back and the redstone. And then the front will, of course, be the front. But I'll probably decorate the front like I've been thinking about doing. So there should be enough space. If I bring it out here, then it'll still be like 4 spaces of floor before heading up to it. So I think it's going to look good. And there should still be space enough in the front of this thing, you know, to put a little floorage. And then think about what we're going to do with the natural kelp collection system that'll be probably right there. Probably make this another little park like we did over here, you know, and we'll get around to populating the park area with things that need to go in there later on. Swings and things like that. Okay, I have taken a liberty of putting... What is that? Don't tell me ghost block. Well, I have taken a liberty of putting villagers into that iron farm, so that iron farm is producing. Hey, oh, we got a diver. High diving iron golem. Don't you want to break dance it? Hey, another high diving iron golem. Awesome. 2 of them back to back. And then they turn around and start break dancing. Moonwalking in. Last time, I think I told you I opened these valves up, brought them back down so the farms were working. And if you look over here, maybe not so much here is clear, but over here you can definitely see, yeah, this guy has he stopped farming? No. Well, yes and no. Close enough to that village, he is still farming. But he won't go outside of that village radius to farm. This is the dead zone between 33 and 64 blocks. And speaking of dead zones, as you can see over there, that guy is turned off because of this, and that guy is turned off because of that. There's nobody in this iron farm, only in this one. So, oh, that block. I'll get to it later. So this one's still empty. I'll come back to these. I think I'll do these 2. And then go and skip that corner, skip that side, and go straight into that corner over there. Start building in that corner for the next iron golem sections. All right, but I
put those guys in there and turn these guys on because I am desperately waiting for iron. So I'm going to do an AFK session overnight and hopefully get some more iron than that. I've already kind of depleted all the backup iron that has been drifting around to the edge, except for this one. Wow, that was a pretty good little surprise amount of iron there. So let me go ahead and transplant that bad boy over here. Boop, boop, boop. Alrighty. Cool. Yeah, let me go out. I'm going to go overnight, and I'll come back here, and we'll wrap this up tomorrow during a live stream. So if you want to check out the live stream tomorrow morning, then by all means, look for it on twitch.com/JShalant, and I'll stream the rest of this build. And then I'll use that footage after I've done the work on it to cut back to the next segment here and wrap up this video. Looking out into the distance to see where I'm going to put my naturally occurring kelp farm. I think I might have to... I don't know what I'm going to do here. I might have one little small one that runs back and forth to there, or maybe like right from here over to here. Maybe I get rid of this island, but this island has like naturally occurring turtles on it, and you know, it's got a skeletal archer on it. We'll get rid of him too. And it's got that little tree out there, but I don't know. Maybe it comes down. We'll see. In the meantime, I've been decorating these bad boys. I've built another 2 furnace array, super smelter array over here, and started putting down some half slabs for decorations. It's starting to look good, but I've run out of glass. If only I had some place I could melt up a bunch of sand real fast to get some more glass in place. Oh, it's missing a piece right here too. And I do, as it happens, right? So let me come around here and go ahead and get this bad boy going. I've done some experimenting with it already, but not too much. What is going on here? Okay, so this is fuel box and this is smelt box, and I think I've got everything from there running into there, and then that drops down and into this chest. But and that way I can do a whole bunch of stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've been doing a little maintenance around the place here, trying to get things cooked up just right. So let me put all this sand in here, and bam, off it goes in both directions. And let's see if we're going to get them to pop on at the same time. There goes all the sand. Boom, there goes all the melting. Right on. So it's cooking it all up pretty quickly, and if you sit here and watch, then you'll see however many of them show up all at the same time. Come on, however many of them. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, and there's some kelp that was backed up in some of these, apparently. So those lines need to power off and back on, and the kelp will clear out, and then there goes my glass. So my glass is cooking up just fine. I'm going to need to get some bone meal to get it going also. In the meantime, I've been doing a little bit of maintenance around the place here, trying to make sure that there's no zombies going to spawn anywhere by having like some blank bits of wheat over here, for example. So I've had to replant some wheat that this guy wasn't going to be planting anymore now that he's kind of turned off with this iron farm going. That village is on, therefore it's an iron farm. Also, I've seen a couple dudes breakdancing back down over here, moonwalking down this path, but I was hoping to catch one so I could show you, but not too many right now. I went into the nether and did some wither skeleton farming for about an hour and got one more skull, so I got a ways to go there still. I'm going to need to peel back this mountain still, and I'm trying to decide where I'm going to put the wool farm. If I put the wool farm close over here, it just means I got to drag the sheep a little bit further and then put a larger building back over here. But do I want the smaller building here and the larger building in the middle? The larger building being the villager trading hall that I'm planning on making / my storage facility. I don't know, or maybe I do 3 different ones, like the sheep here, and then like a giant square trading hall and a giant square storage facility. Well, then the storage facility should be closer to the central hub, I would think. There's a breakdancing golem. I thought it was a breakdancing golem over here. Let me take one more quick peek over here in case one guy spawned in the last 30 seconds and is starting to breakdance over here. Nope, he's not breakdancing over here. He also goes into the central chamber that way, so you don't always get to see him. Oh, there's another guy who's diving down, trying to... I like this place because there's always something going on. There's always a little bit of motion and activity. It keeps your head on a swivel, that's for sure. Because you're like, oh, wait, is that a creeper? No, it's not. It's not. All right, as you can see, I've let the kelp grow quite a bit and then cut down the top of the water fountain that I built so that it actually looks a little more, let's see, what's the best description for this? A little more fountainy. Well, I guess not everywhere, but it looks like it's got some different layers to it now, you know. So that's pretty cool, I think. Oh, let me come up here and see what the super smelter section looks like. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the beach. Probably something very similar to that. But we'll see, because that might be a project. Okay, so let me get the glass out of there, and then let me check and see. This kelp is ready to go, so I kind of want to do one more kelp run, and then watch the kelp come over here and burn into these furnaces. All right, let's see how much we've got here. Boom, look how fast that's going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that stack will burn out pretty soon, and then I'm not even sure where the kelp's coming from, if I'm being completely honest with you. There must have been some kelp locked up in these guys while the furnaces were going, right? All right, so these kelp are here. Oh, I've got those boxes up there I got to get rid of real fast. Hold on. Can I get there? Oh, yeah, I'm almost out of rockets, though, so I can't be shooting off my rockets too many. Whoa. All right. All right, so what do we got in here? Anything in here? No. No, no, no! Oh, man. Oh, they both did. Okay, here's the good news, though. They don't melt, so they don't smelt, and... Ah, man, they're in there somewhere, and now everything is behind glass, so I won't be able to... Come on, JC, you did not think that through. You did not think that through. All right, well, they're in the hoppers. They shouldn't fall into these guys, I don't think, right? No, they won't. All right, so, oh, but where would they go? Where would they go? Why is this one still burning? Oh, because when I first started this, I neglected to put that little redstone dust there, so this guy is still going to be smelting. How am I going to get those guys out of there now, guys? Oh, I guess I could peek through these, right? And see if they're in any of these guys. All of these should be locked, I would think. All right, where did that line run from? All right, it goes down, 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 and then it goes into... that chest. Alright, so those all go into there, so they'll be at that line. Alright, so they'll be in here somewhere, or they should be. Oh my gosh, I feel like such a noob. Alright, leave that half slab there, and something tells me it's like in the very last one over there. Those are all powered, so those won't come off. Yeah, it should be in the very last one. Let's see here. And it should be in the very last one of each of these. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Awesome. Oh, and this one's got all the kelp and all the sand, so let me pull that out. Alright. And if things are working out the way I think they are, then they'll also be in the very last one at the other end. Right, so let's go see about that. That was kind of a rookie mistake right there. Should have knocked out the hoppers underneath it before going any further. Okay, so it should be in the very last one over here. Let's find out together, shall we? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. So where would it be if it's not in the very last one over here? Oh, man. Did it fall into the furnace? Did it have time to do that? It did. Oh, whew. I'm so happy yet concerned at the same time. Okay, so now everything's in place. Let me go ahead and put these 2 empty shulker boxes in there. Now we have all of this glass in here, which I will be using in a moment to finish off the cosmetics on the one that's back there. Can't really... back there. There we go. But now we're going to go and eat this carrot. Let's go see if we can get this guy working one more time around the corner here. All right, so what time is it? It's almost the end of the day. I want to see it work the way it's supposed to work. So let me go in here. I've changed this a little bit also. I'll get around to the cosmetics of this later. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I'll probably just leave it like that. Maybe put a trapdoor up there. This guy over here. And come over here real fast. And see how many cactus are left. 13. Well, that's... I say cactus, I meant kelp. There was 13 left. Let's go ahead and turn this side on so that that's off. So now that's left is to wait for the day to come around. So let me go ahead and reset the sun and get us ready for the midday, and then I'll let you watch the action, and it should transport through that hopper line all the way over to that water elevator over there, that bubble elevator, up, and then it should process, right? And it's my hope... Oh, look, I got stairs that still lead up for where I'm doing the other glass stuff. I wouldn't have needed to fly. It's my hope that all of the They'll come into that hopper. I should run those hoppers. What is going on here? Those hoppers run into those hoppers, which run forward. But reality, I can just have those hoppers run straight into the chest. And then the chest will be the central corridor, which will divide everything. So let me do this the correct way this time. Give myself some space. What do I want to do? Get rid of these two hoppers first, so they don't fall anywhere. Right? Excellent. And do I have a bit of glass underneath there? Yeah, I do. Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't. All right, back up the stairs quickly. Back up the stairs quickly. All right. Before the sun sets again. How can I get over there quickly? Here we go. Oh, no. Not quite quickly enough. There we go. Oh, my gosh. All right, and... oh. Here we go. All right. And then these guys will go into that one and into that one. And I can actually put glass on top of the chest, but I'm not going to, because nothing should spawn in that one gap. Alright, so now all of the kelp will come into this chest first, and then it'll get disseminated out the way it needs to be. Alright, let me go reset the sun, and we'll wait for midday and watch the whole process unfold. Oh my goodness, the kelp farm is now completely and fully automatic. Awesome. Alright, see you at noon. All right, my friends, as you can see, the sun is approaching its zenith, its apex, its high noon, if you will, and as it does that down here, we're going to turn our attention to the fountain. You may not have noticed that I had to do a little extra work around the edges. I neglected to mention this, but instead of pressure plates, I now have bottom half slabs that should not interfere with the flying machine. We'll see. Ugh. I also removed an extra line of kelp around the edge, the outer edge of it, so that they were further in. And then I put in sand columns all the way up to the top so that I could remove the other water flow that was happening. And as you can see, here it goes. The piston heads retract. The water begins to empty out. And as it empties all the way down to the bottom, you can see this is the goal we were going for, right? And now the top opens, and there is no more water flowing into the bottom section, which is as we hoped for. There is one block that is kind of popped out there, and the flying machine is stopped. No! Why is the flying machine stopped? Why has the flying machine stopped? Is there one bit of redstone that did not work the way it needed to? There looks like there might have been a couple bits of redstone that did not work the way they needed to. And that only has to do with timing issues. Aw, man, that is a bummer. Okay, so let me go on over to the other side real fast and see what that block is on the other side, because I will update this bad boy as I see fit. What happened over here? Why didn't you make it? Why didn't you make it? This worked every time the water just straight up ran into here. Why didn't it work this time? Why didn't it work? Alright, I had to do a little bit of maintenance around here. I went ahead and put some extra obsidian in place just in case something was wrong. I'm not sure why. I kept trying to power that piston. It just would not power. Or rather this, yeah, well, first off, that wouldn't power. I'm not sure why it wouldn't. And this guy here, every time I tried to update him, he wouldn't go. So what I did was rebuilt it back here, and now we're going to give it a whirl. This should send it flying. There it goes. Excellent. And it should land. Why did it stop there? What is it running into that it's stopping? Why is it just stopping there? Dude, are those half slabs stopping it or preventing it from going forward? No! My friends, check out the build log on the bottom left. And stay subscribed if you want to see my problem solving for this event. Man, I guess I gotta put slabs down or pressure plates or something down there that this thing... That should not be sticking. There is nothing there for them to stick to. Man, I am so frustrated. Until next time. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again real soon.